else has been watching the David Beckham documentary?
Yeah.
We have.
We finally got Netflix back. So
Shout out to
the
that.
real MVP there. We were stuck in the Disney abyss for a while.
Oh, not that there's anything wrong with that,
Disney's
but
great.
you know, yeah.
Yet, we finished it last night. It was pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say, those close-ups of Beckham, like,
The other thing I will say, because Kat, I know you haven't seen it yet.
Yes.
So Fisher,
have you started it at all or no?
No.
Oh, no.
Fisher Stevens
Who the hell's Fisher
of
Stevens?
Succession
Yes, I
fame
saw.
directed it.
I saw.
And I swear that he has found two people, very talented people, to literally do what Nicholas Britell did.
Yes, I heard the music
For
is very Succession
like
sounding.
it's very Succession like, and it's on point and it's great, and he did a great job. But one, I didn't even know that he was directing. Two, I was like surprised that I'm like, hey, I know that person.
That name sounds familiar. Yeah.
And three, overall, the product was really good. And yes,
How are
to
we
your
into
point,
nerd talk? Let's talk about the
to your point, the Beckham like close to cam kind of face,
too much.
kind of reactions. I get where he was going for. It is copy and paste from the Chicago Bulls one.
Which one? What, Last Dance?
Yeah, there was some glimpses.
They
of
were,
that.
but this camera angle's intense.
It was like,
It's like
in your face,
too close.
Extreme
like,
close
I've never
up.
seen.
Yeah.
I mean, you're lucky Beckham's a decent guy to look at. Otherwise,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if you'd put it in my face, like.
But you know what? My favorite. I'm gonna put it. Point number one. My favorite in all of this is Posh Spice.
Here we go.
I
I felt it wasn't.
She is so funny.
I felt it was an advert for like the couple, basically.
I mean, that's what they've built their whole empire on.
That's
The
true.
Beckham
And
empire.
they're being honest about it too. And what they have done is a really wonderful thing in light of all these couples, like old
They've
time
lost
couples
it,
that
right?
have they've
They've-
endured, you know.
You know what,
through
so, like,
the scandal. Aside from that, like, you know,
I'm not big into soccer or football. Before I get like, just for you, I see
why are
trolls
you
out
menacingly
there.
pointing
I
at
see
them? Like,
you
they did
trolls.
nothing wrong.
I
Like,
see what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna get anyway. So football. Let's call it football. Actually,
Football.
football. So I'm not big into
Football.
it. It's definitely not a favorite sport of mine. But like, I mean, you'd be under a rock if like in the 2000s you didn't hear the term David Beckham. So, but like, I
Yeah.
think to see the story, to see it like all flow through, and again, I definitely did not follow all the. To me, it was Man United and then LA Galaxy. Like
you
for
didn't
me,
know the Real bit.
well, like that's what I mean. Like I'm not into it, so like
Well,
I
neither,
didn't.
but like, you know, you hear it in the sports in passing.
I'm a
Like,
fo-
saying the term.
he had that cut through regardless, right?
I didn't, but like
Yeah.
it's really well done just to see it. But the couple of observations.
Here we go.
All right, one is the 90s, the 2000s. Those soccer jerseys were. I mean, baggy was baggy.
Baggy was
How
baggy
was
everywhere.
some of these things, right? Like I'm like, that's just not an aerodynamic kit to play with. That's number one.
Can I just add to your second point as well? I love that bit where one of the players, so I think he was still with Man United at that time, and they were rocking up to this
the suit.
this conference, and they're all wearing the same suit, the big grey suit, and it's super baggy. And one of them made the comment, and this is when Bex was now like becoming really popular, and he's just like, did we have the same kit? Because the way the suit fits on him did not translate in the same way that mine did.
He was
And
getting
it's
it
just
tailored.
hilarious.
He's getting it tailored. But yeah, it was just great to see that. And you can tell with like the grainy footage, it's just so nostalgic.
Yeah.
But yeah, Beckham was huge back in the day. Remember that movie Bend It Like Beckham? Like,
Hell
Fantastic
yeah.
movie.
Hell
like
yeah.
it was
Fantastic movie.
But then again, when you
ahead
think
of its time.
when you think of how he played football, he had such a unique style to be able to like bend the ball, and I think he was like when you see some of again, I'm probably talking out of my ass because I really don't follow football.
At least he's aware of it, people. You
But
can't get mad at him
but
for that.
what I mean is like they've clearly been some very like skillful players, maybe more athletically gifted, but like he played it a very beautiful manner. Just again, bend it like Beckham, just the way he bent the ball and the creations of it and the free kicks. I remember actually back in the day, and I don't play soccer. Downloading
Football.
football. Downloading a video game like Bend It Like Beckham on your phone, and it was like only free kicks because his thing was to take the free kicks, and you had to bend it like an exaggeration to kick it, and it was so much fun. But he had
What, get your protractor out and like you can get the angles.
But it
and
was not
stuff,
about
you know?
kicking straight. It was about bending the ball. But that's what I mean. He had such cut through. But really, like you said, the real star of the show is we forgot. Like, at least we forget how big Posh and Beckham were together as like a couple. Like the original power couple came from sports. Because do you remember back in that day, were there any other power couples? Because I can't remember. I think they were like the prototype.
That weren't sport and
But who was
socialite.
Yeah. Because they're classed as celebrities. They're huge. Because you had like an A-grade footballer, yeah?
Yeah.
And then you had a Spice Girl. Like it actually
At the top of their game.
in the UK, at least in Europe, you don't get bigger than that. Like the Spice Girls were massive, right?
Oh yeah.
And Beckham was massive. And we talked about this here, but they were two beautiful looking people. Like that really added to Beckham's allure, like the whole branding sort of element.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to Vogue,
Vogue.
Oh,
I thought you said Coke. I'm hungry.
the top 10 best celebrity athlete couples of all
Yes.
time.
Oh shit.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's go. Hold on. So this is throwing it way back,
Mm-hmm.
which some may know, some may not. Joe DiMaggio and Marilyn Monroe.
No clue. I mean,
Okay.
who's
Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio?
I think I think he played in
NFL.
baseball.
Okay. All right. That is too far back for me. But yes.
So obviously Posh and
Yep.
and Bex.
Yeah, baseball.
What took you so long?
Huh!
What?
Wow.
What?
Wow.
What?
Definitely not in the same realm. Definitely did not last, but wow. Mandy Moore and Andy Roddick.
Oh, that.
I remember that one.
Yeah?
Nowhere
that
near
did
as
not
big.
last
Yeah.
too- Yeah.
Oh, this while it lasted, but this is much later. J-Lo and Alex Rodriguez.
Nah.
Yeah,
Barely had a
I guess.
stick.
Oh. Kim Kardashian and Reggie Bush.
What Reggie Bush? Chris Humphries as well.
No, but Reggie Bush was the first, right?
Yeah. This is not.
Well, someone that's
this
still
is a pro Kanye show.
this is
so-
a couple that's still together, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, they weren't that big. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, like,
But they're
Yeah.
still together. Yeah.
R.I.P. Giselle Bundchen and Tom Brady.
But
Because now
Yeah.
Tom Brady's going out with. Oh, I can't.
That's a
remember.
relatively recent, like
Yeah.
three,
I can't
like 3
remember
years
what
ago,
it is,
recent, right?
Sierra and Russell Wilson.
yeah, I've heard.
Yeah.
I've heard about them. Yeah.
Okay, honestly, if that's
Like it's
if that-
definitely
and,
not.
and now we can
nothing-
add Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce to it.
Oh, sorry. Before we get into that, Shakira and Gerard Piqué.
Before
Which is
they broke
before
up,
before
yeah.
all that drama llama and whatnot.
Of
Look,
They will.
let's see if they last first and foremost.
Yeah.
I will say
But okay,
that.
let's take it back. Beckham and Poch were huge.
Huge. And it's the clip that kills me is when they're talking about, oh, we both had humble beginnings. And it was great to
I've
see.
seen that video.
It's
I've
humble.
seen
A Rolls
that
Royce
video.
is not a very posh car.
It was great to see. It's actually what I really liked from the documentary. And again, mindful that he is an executive producer of it and whatnot, but he is telling his
Yeah.
story. There was that aspect of, regardless of, how do I say this? Regardless of what you may think.
You're talking about the scandal.
No. Regardless of what you may think of, I guess, the talent, like,
What talent?
you can't deny that there is not, that there. Sorry, I'm going to go into double negative territory, and that's going to
What are you
wig me
talking
out.
about?
You can't deny his talent, right?
Yeah.
And it was nice to see how that was progressed through the coaching of his father,
Yep.
through the persistence that you need to have, because they made this statement of footballers, you need to be kind of crazy and really addictive to this art. Like, can you imagine doing kick after kick?
Yeah, it's the 10,000 hours.
Yeah,
He rocked his
exactly.
10,000
You got to
hours
get that
early.
exactly right.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see that component. But yeah, the clip so going back is that the whole trying to compare the same same life lifestyle and whatnot. It's like, yeah, Rolls Royce is definitely not it, and it's
Yeah.
just their ability to, I think, be. Obviously, they're going to curate some. They had to project and curate a brand for themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also you can even argue when I was watching it, what was interesting, the fact that he did choose to go to LA because there was a greater plan there, right? Being at the end of his career, arguably, for the lifestyle for
but
the kids.
according to that, it wasn't a greater plan. Like Real traded it, remember?
Well, no. But like, think about it, right? Like, I could be wrong.
He said yes to it. When they had won the championship.
Yeah.
When he probably may have been able to back out, which I don't think so.
No. But the point being is, remember how Posh was saying, sorry,
For
Kat, we got so many spoilers here, right?
But Posh wanted it. Yeah,
That's
for sure.
right.
Posh wanted it, but obviously, if you got to think about, if you're a celebrity at that point, how do you remain relevant? And the other piece is that they've already dominated Europe.
Okay, but
They've dominated a world at a different, like, to varying degrees. US is arguably the next market. And if we now, like, you know, if we fast forward now, what is it? He's the owner of a club in Miami. He's, like, still got bloody, like, fragrances and all these.
He's the official
like, branding everywhere.
ambassador for Tudor, yeah?
Yeah. And then she's also got her
they're still doing
clothing
well.
line.
They're still doing
Like,
well.
Fashion, yeah.
like, it's just that
yeah.
ability to, it is that power couple sense.
Yes.
But I just loved how self-deprecating they can be, and that was just nice to see.
Like it was very well done. Like I really again, for someone that doesn't really like football, doesn't watch it at all, like it was fascinating to see that. And I think what I came across is just came after it. It was just an appreciation of Bex as like I was gonna say character, but just like of a holistic individual. So whether you think of him like whether whatever happened in like that cheating sort of era or whatever, like
Or
we
even like
we don't know
the team he played for or whatever.
The fact that he's still with her,
Yeah.
I think that shows in an era where I don't know how many couples have just let it go, like because even now he can get whatever he wants, or like he can, right? Like
even if we compare very quickly to, like, we're not going to talk about it, but like Jada Pinkett Smith talking about like the separation with Will Smith and everything like that, right?
The other thing as well is, to me, it's very apparent that, like, not very apparent. Again, like you said, it's hard. It's not very apparent, like, because he produced it, and you can, in front of the cameras, you can put it at an angle, anything you want. But I think just based on, if we're to believe the story and how it is, that he generally loves Posh Spice. Like still now, like it's very like it almost feels like, like it can last. Like if you really love someone, even if things go bad and that you can love, but at least he keeps it real, in which he says that his passion has always been like football.
Yeah.
Like it came almost not first, but it kind of did. Like there was a realness in that he admits that like he was selfish and he went for it, which is like, all power to you for being able to articulate that. But I mean, it already happened there. But I think just to get behind the brow of a guy that, like, even now, I don't think he's the most articulate guy. He isn't. Like, he needed someone to narrate the story, and that's fine. You don't have to be. He has got everything else.
I mean, everyone has, right?
If you say Beckham's looks at 10 out of 10, if you say his football acumen is 10 out of 10, which they are, let's just call it there. And his personality, let's just say, is a 6 out. Let's just, I'm being like, no, I'm just grading on a curve. If he was if he was on a 10 out of 10, he would be like The Rock. Like, generally, he'd be like unstoppable because he'd have everything, right? But I guess what I'm saying is, like, he's had a lot of good cards dealt with him. But the good thing is, you see a very human side, like, of an element, and he was willing to kind of tell that story, and I enjoyed it. It was very well done. I wish it had gone for like 7 episodes.
I love his attention to detail.
Who?
Like Bex, where it's like just his, like, it's he was cleaning stuff at the end. It was like, I'm like, okay, obviously he's projecting this, keeping it real, a man of family and so on, and it's true, right? But it's that side where for so long, if you've been dominating since the year like the mid 90s, early 2000s, and it's to be with somebody as well, where you're just evolving to your next version and hopefully building to your next version, right? Which is very interesting to see. Very wholesome.
That was good. We enjoyed it. Better than The Last Dance, though.
No.
Hell no. Nah.
Well, they're two different.
They are different.
They're two different.
The answer is no. Come on, just keep it real. No.
Last Dance was the first, probably in the new era of
these sports documentaries. Are a thing, right?
Like.
It is different. It
had
different.
a greater investment, to be honest, probably
because of the affiliation with basketball. But yeah, it's just, I think Jordan's always going to be Jordan. He's always going to represent like a different level of amongst elites, but it's different. And the next one is apparently meant to be like the documentary on like Dennis Rodman, or not documentary. That was supposed to be a movie, right? The 24 hours
Sorry,
in
I was
Vegas.
just buffering there. I'm like, Dennis Rodman? Who's that? I'm like, oh. So it's going to be backed by Korea. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they got the money. Okay. Who is the next pseudo retired celebrity sports person that we need? We need to see a documentary
about.
Who?
Federer.
Federer he's dry, bro. What like? I mean, he's got. They'll carve it well. But you know what? but you know
You're
what?
speaking to like hardcore.
Hardcore
Well,
Federer.
hardcore is probably even pushing
Dude,
it, but we were very much
you
in the
can-
camp of, you
Yeah.
know.
So am I, but you can't have like half an hour of Federer talking to the camera. I'm sorry, like even you would
That
agree with
would-
me.
Would be. We're gonna get you.
He's gonna talk about Nadal.
Sorry,
He's gonna
man.
talk about Nadal.
No, he's not captivating.
We
I'm
want to
sorry.
go back to his anger streak.
Yes.
Like,
Look, the narrative. Okay, I agree. Roger Federer. What else? Who we got?
See?
Okay, I agree.
Especially because if you want to talk about his personality, at least his personality is way higher up there. He's
I
more
don't think so.
charismatic.
I really don't think so, personally. But anyway, that's just me.
um,
I don't. By the way, I don't think a lot of sports, like top echelon sports stars, have amazing personality. Like, do you think Messi has great personality?
Well,
That's what I'm saying. They're not paid
yes.
to like
well,
who?
obviously because they focus on being athletes.
Correct. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's not
yeah.
the. I'm just saying.
and you have to be media trained. Like that's different to be.
So who would you
like-
say?
Yeah.
Conor McGregor? But like what I'm saying.
Oh my
No, but
gosh,
what I mean
no.
is, if you think of gravitas on the
No.
agree with it. No. You already have it. I'm saying if you think of gravitas on the camera and personality, it's his job partially is to sell that. What I mean is that integrates as part of his job. Anyway, who else do we think needs a sports docker? Federer's good. I actually think. Well, he'll definitely get one. And to that point, I definitely think like Djokovic will get one too, and Nadal. Definitely Nadal will get one.
Any of the big three.
Serena should get one.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, forget about
Well,
tennis. Move on.
aside from the movie, right?
Yes,
Where
yeah. One that's
Alright,
more
well,
about.
Serena will
yes.
definitely like. There's so many narratives. The Venus sisters should get one, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Williams sisters.
Yeah, sorry, the Venus sisters. All right. Apart from tennis, what other sports? What about rugby?
Just trying to think what other sports there are, because if we've got one for basketball already, if we've got one for football,
Football.
Football.
well,
What about
no.
rugby? Like
Do you want to see Tiger Woods?
I think that Tiger Woods has a documentary, wouldn't he?
Well,
Probably earlier days.
And then
but
also,
not
like,
post scandal.
what's his face? Tom Brady. If we're talking about
American
NFL?
football,
LeBron's definitely gonna have his. Like he's already had heaps.
you mean Space Jam?
Space Jam will be in his bio.
um,
So no way.
what other sports are we missing?
Yeah, it's
Swimming?
Ain't nobody want to see a swimming,
Swimming?
one, man. Let's just say top sports in the world. And
Because Ian Phelps.
it's
it's soccer. It's
yeah, like thinking of team sports, but like
well,
where players.
it can be.
yeah.
In fact, it's easier to do it with non-team
forefront.
sports.
Yeah, what's the
Football,
dynasty? Like any
Hockey,
dynasty.
tennis, volleyball, table tennis, basketball,
Table
rugby.
tennis. That would be
Table
cool.
tennis.
I would love. It has to be an Asian
You're
player.
like,
Make it be an Asian player of some kind. Yeah.